starting a cargo van business and having that same fire that you started with when you started the cargo van business. Now, the reason I bring this up is because I've seen this happen so many times. Everyone's fired up. They're done with that job they hated. And me too. I was the same way. Fired up. I hit a wall at first where I only found 3 loads off those load boards where I was off Truck Stop, DAT, Doft, where I was cold calling all day. The dimensions wouldn't fit. The dimensions wouldn't, whatever the case was, just going crazy. And then I ended up finding Hipix Logistics, and that went really good. And now I'm looking at local work. That's just a little background on what I'm doing, because I took about 2 weeks off because I want to see what's up with local. And there's been some good leads, some that didn't like my felonies, which is crazy to me, bro. They're like 10, 11 years old. But maybe certain places are picky. But there's one place I'm talking to I like more than any of them. So it's like, all right, it's the same thing. You go when you want, sign in, get loads, work as much as you want. So sounds good. We'll see. But the reason I talk about that is like having that same fire, that same energy, that same learning curve, that same like passion, because I see this all the time. I'm so excited, which is awesome. And I'm like, oh yeah, let's get it, because I'm all about motivation. But then as soon as they hit a wall, like I said, after my authority, I found my first couple loads, but still it was so stressful finding them, because I was using those load boards that a lot of YouTubers said were good, which I have no idea how. I mean, there were a lot of videos on them. I'm not saying they were great, but you know what I mean. There was a lot of videos on those load boards. But if I hit that wall and would have been like a lot of people that I've seen that talk to me, I would have just quit then. And then it's almost like a self-fulfilled prophecy where they're like, I can't find loads. I can't find loads. And I hear that a lot, which I understand. I can't find loads. I can't find loads. And I do everything in my power to help people get loads. But it's like, when you guys know, I always talk about perception stronger than reality. Like, if you're perceiving that you're not going to get loads, you're not going to get loads. If you're just sitting at your house mad and just messaging people, how do you get loads? How do you get loads? You're not going to find loads that way. Like I've talked about in other videos, the creativeness that, you can hand out business cards, all these other things. I'm not going to get into those things too much because I have in previous videos quite a bit. What I'm trying to say is that if you don't have that same fire to have that freedom and be your own boss, you're going to go, have you ever heard the saying, if you don't follow your dreams, you'll work for someone who does? Well, that's what happens to people. They stop following the dream. They stop, like I said, I took a week and a half off of work. Did I have to ask a boss? Not for a minute. And that's why I do this. That's why I stay hustling. And that's why when there has been stressful times with the gas crisis, the rates, stuff like that, okay, well, take it on. That's why, too, in previous videos I've talked about being calculated, though. Always be smart with your money and have some sort of a goose egg. I never say that right, I don't think. Goosenecks, whatever. A little money put back just in case if things are a little weird, then you sit back, recalibrate. That's why I'm looking at local work too for a little bit. Just seeing what's out there. I have all those apps too. I should download those, get more into those, because I know you can make some good money if you're by a city and I'm by a city. But anyways, this is why I'm saying, like, see, even my mind, I'm still like, blah, 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 let's, blah, and I have a CDL too that I could go back to, but that's not the goal for me. The freedom means so much to me. It's insane. Like, you guys know. That's like what I'm all about. But keep that fire, guys. And when it gets hard, remember what it was like when you went to work the same time every single day and hated it. The same monotonous thing every day. And then you have your boss, John, looking over and going, I heard you weren't at break. You were at break 10 minutes early, and you go, oh my gosh, that's what I don't want to go back to. But anyways, everyone, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. I'm just glad you're rocking with me. I hope you got something out of this. And oh yeah, keep hustling.